Hey, everyone, how we doing? Great, so great. Let's make sure that we got everybody in here. Can everybody hear me okay? Thumbs up if you can. Awesome sauce, love it. Okay, let's make sure we're recording. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Once again, there's a tiny URL. I will put that in the chat also that I'd like you to go to make sure that we're all kind of on the same page. Once you are on the Google Jamboard, will you turn your video off so I know that you are on the actual Google Jamboard? All right, so let's get started. So hi, Ms. Peterson. We're going to be talking today about Jamboard, and I wanted to kind of show you some different things that you can do with it. So the first part is just for us to play around, kind of see what the options are, and then kind of get into some instructional things with it. So if I wanted to change the background, because maybe I didn't like just a plain background or white, I could have this option of making it black. I can make blue, gray. I can do grid lines depending on whatever I'd like to do. So that's kind of the first option that you're going to have there. From there, the next thing, yeah, perfect. So on frame number 2, I want you all to kind of just practice taking out this pen. So over here on the left side, you'll see there's a pen, and then I can kind of click and I can draw, I can change the colors if I'd like to. So just kind of everybody practice right now. Take out whatever color you'd like and draw, paint whatever you'd like to right on top of this Jamboard right here. And you'll notice while those people are doing that, I can actually see their little Google character. So I can see who's drawing that, who's making those from there. Perfect. So it looks like we got the hang of that. All right, so let's also click over to slide number 3. So slide number 3, you notice I hit that arrow to the right. Now you can even add sticky notes. And I put on this one, slide number 11 is actually gonna be parking lot. So if you have any questions that you want to ask and you don't get to them or whatever, make sure you post them on there and then I can get back to you. So on the left side, this third one down, there's a sticky note function. So I can type in here whatever I want. And then I can make my sticky notes. So just kind of go through, get that, put those wherever you'd like to, and then just kind of put those around just so you can kind of see how the different options and things that we can do. Catherine and Jessica, I'm sending you guys a link on the chat to the Jamboard that we're all on right now. So you guys can go there and kind of do that. Awesome. So I love, you guys see I have the different backgrounds. I can do that. All right. Let's move on to slide number 4. So everybody click the number over to slide number 4. So then now this is where you can kind of give them like a little formative assessment. So I love using this example. So here's my kind of plot line and I can kind of see. So Evan, why don't you tell us, what do you think the bottom left is? So over here, what do you think that part of the story is? And I know that Emily's in your room, so don't cheat.
What did he say? He can hear you too. Exposition.
All right, so then now, ooh, nice, awesome. There you go. And then so just kind of from there, I know Jake's in here. Jake, so why don't you tell us what's the next box over here? This top left one right here that's moving around. What do you think?
I was muted. I believe that would be rising action, Mr. Peterson.
All right, go ahead and move it, Mr. Eidenhower. Let's see how we do.
Ooh, exciting. Oh, I keep trying to move it on my Zoom call. Look at that.
There you go, perfect. So you guys can see kind of just and the students can kind of do that. I can control it or I can have them control that. We can move those. So you can use those sticky notes to kind of cover up different already pre-made images. So this one in the back right here, I can move that, the whole thing if I want, because all I did was I went to this little image button right here. And here's what I love about this is when I go to images right here, I can actually just go to Google right now and search for plot line. And then it's going to give me all these different images already on Google that I can use right there. So it's nice. It's nice. I can also upload some from my computer. I can use Google Drive and go from there. But I can kind of use that in that form. So let's move on to slide number 5. You can also add text boxes. This could be a space where you interact when in breakout groups, and we'll kind of get to that in a second. So the text box over here is this little square. So let's all just kind of practice and adding a text box. You can play around with changing the size, changing the color, things like that. So I can kind of add that if I want. Oh, I notice how that's like not really, doesn't look that good. I can click this and pull that over. So kind of insert your own text box and see what you can do there. Evan cheated. Kate, I just sent you another link in the chat if you want to get to that. This is the Jamboard that we're all looking at. Perfect. Awesome. You guys got the hang of it. All right. So we're going to move on to slide number 6 now. So this would be a great time for slide number 6. If you want to take a picture with your phone, I have labeled them all, so you shouldn't need it. But like if I was working with a class of students, I would tell them this is where I'm going to have you take a picture with your slide or on your phone. I'm going to actually put you in breakout rooms. So in your breakout rooms, you're going to work on, so if you're room number 1, you're going to work on slide number 7, room 2, slide 8, room 3, slide 4, and slide 9, and room 4, slide 10. You'll notice if you go to slide number 7, it'll tell you right on the top, room number 1 is the team that's supposed to be doing that. So once you get your room assignments, then you're going to be working on that with your peoples. All right. Are there any questions before I get you sent out into your rooms? I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to work on this. Some of you, I think, luckily we got Bosley and Menti split up because these are a lot of science options. So we want to make sure. If you look, I'm actually doing these settings right now. So that's why I wanted to have this screen up. So while you guys are working on these things, then I have everything ready to go. All right. Any questions?
Hey, Cassidy. So include your initials at the end of the sticky note. Okay. So,
all right. So, awesome job, guys. I was able to kind of check and look at yours while you guys are working. I could see it looks like you're all doing pretty good and everybody understands what's going on with their room. I love it. It's great times. So everybody, let's move through. We can kind of look through. So let's all look at room number 1 and see what everybody did. So that's slide number 7. You can see kind of they added those sticky notes to that. That's awesome job there. They have Catherine looks like did a great job there. Room number 2, I love the different use of sticky notes, the colors. Great job. Perfect example. Room number 3, love it. Option Y has more energy because wonderful. I love what you guys are looking at. And this kind of helps me go through and look at the different things that everybody needs, and I can see what everyone is doing. And even though I wasn't able to jump in every single one of your guys's breakout rooms, I could see what you were all doing at the same time by just clicking back and forth between this. So then you all have your different ideas. One thing I forgot to tell you was to thank your partner before you were done. So I'm sorry for that. I probably should have told you guys to have a little party, maybe high five virtually. But let's all go to slide number 11. So like I said, add a sticky note to here if you have any questions, and I will make sure that I get to them. But I know that some of you have a meeting starting right now or in a little bit. So I wanted to just kind of be quick. But before I let you go, are there any questions that you guys have for me?
Stephanie and I were talking about, is there any way to prevent the students from manipulating each other's sticky notes? Because I could type on hers and she could type on mine. Like, is there any way to prevent that type of action happening?
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't, so it's a little limited in what you can lock down and kind of stop from moving. So that would be something. So that's kind of, you can, I'll have to look. I think you can, I don't know if you can go back and check the revision history on this one, unlike like a Google Doc. So there's that. But yes, any other questions? All right, like I said, put them in the parking lot. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. I have 2 hooligans outside that I got to take care of. And thanks for coming. See you guys.